Good evening. My name is Heather Korth, and I am the senior class president. At this time, will everyone please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and remain standing until the color guard leaves the field for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge, and the national anthem. Clear Lake gentlemen, please remove your mortarboards. Presenting the colors this evening are cadets from the Clear Lake JROTC program. Please join me in reciting the United States and Texas pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. friends, teachers, staff, and you, my classmates. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to Challenger Columbia Stadium, where we have all gathered tonight for the 2025 commencement ceremony of Clear Lake High School. I would like to take a moment to introduce the class officers for the class of 2025 seated to my left. Please stand as I call your name. Vice President Zachary Madsen, Secretary Margaret Lynn, Treasurer Knox Wright, Historian Amelie Wynn, Representative Emily Dong, and Representative Anna Moore. I would like to say thank you for the hard work and faithful service you have each given to all of our classmates, the class of 2025. I would also like to take a special moment to thank some of the special people here tonight. Teachers, staff, counselors, and administration of Clear Lake High School, thank you for your dedication and unending love and support for the class of 2025. To our parents, families, friends, and loved ones, without your unwavering love and support, we wouldn't be here tonight. You provided us with a safe place to grow and spread our wings. Thank you. As we gather today in Challenger Columbia Stadium, we pause and take a moment of silence to remember the astronauts who perished on both the Challenger and Columbia space missions. Many of these astronauts also served their country in the military. These brave men and women have all served their country with pride, honor, and courage. Graduates, if you have committed to serve in any branch of the military, please stand and be recognized. At this time, we would also like to ask that all men and women in the audience who are currently serving or have served in any branch of the military, please stand so that we may honor your service to our country. Thank you. Please be seated. I have the great privilege of introducing the members of the Clear Creek Independent School District's Board of Trustees. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been read. Joining us on stage tonight, Board President Mr. Jonathan Carile, Board Vice President Ms. Jessica Cheka, Board Secretary Jeff Larson, Trustee Jay Cunningham, Trustee Rebecca Lilly, Trustee Jameson McKay, and Trustee Arturo Sanchez. It is also my honor to recognize and thank our district leadership team from the Education Support Center. Please stand and be recognized. At this time, I would like to recognize the administrators that have joined us from the Clear Lake High School feeder campuses. Joining us this evening are Dr. Ann Thornton from Space Center Intermediate, Mrs. Kathy Gauger from Brookwood Elementary, Miss Elizabeth Poloski from Armand Bayou Elementary, Miss Paige Hutchison from Clear Lake City Elementary. Miss Betsy Horner from Whitcomb Elementary. Miss Susie Saunders from Falcon Pass Elementary. Mrs. Jacqueline Ree from Ward Elementary. Miss Trevisha Hewitt from Robinson Elementary. Mr. Jepsy Kimball from Clear Lake Intermediate. And Dr. Michael Marquez from McWhorter Elementary. At this time, it is my honor to recognize the members of the Clear Lake High School leadership team. Counselors and principals, will you please stand and be recognized? Now, please welcome to the podium our principal, Mrs. Elizabeth Roska.
Good evening to all of our families and friends who have joined us here tonight as we celebrate the class of 2025. Falcons, tonight's celebration is in honor of your hard work, your late night practices, your countless exams, your never-ending rehearsals. You've made it, and nothing could stop you, not even a global pandemic, a historic freeze, a hurricane, a passel of wild hogs on campus, or even worse, senioritis. Your commitment to success and perseverance despite hardships proves that nothing can stop a Falcon with a dream. It's that dedication to success that's led many of you to spend more hours over the last 4 years with the adults sitting on the field with you tonight than when the ones sitting in the stands. You've learned a lot from your teachers and your directors and your coaches, and we've definitely learned a lot from you. Like that teen drama is a spectator sport, and that apparently TikTok is a full-time job. But there's one thing that we have learned together, and that is that Murphy's Law is alive and well. You know that old saying that if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong? Well, old Murphy has a twisted sense of humor, and he's definitely enjoyed showing up at some inopportune times, like when he sets off fire alarms in the middle of AP exams just for funsies. Murphy's Law follows all of us, and it will follow you in college, at work, on a first date. That's life. But in order to be successful at life, in order to be a successful adult, it's important to remember and to recognize that Murphy's Law isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. Murphy's going to show up like an inconvenient roommate, an inconsiderate roommate who eats all your snacks and loses all your clothes. You're going to set an alarm for an 8 a.m. class, and he's going to make sure you sleep through it. On those days when it feels overwhelming, remember that Mr. Murphy is actually trying to send you a bigger message. He wants you to learn a lesson. His first lesson is to be patient. Now, I know that teenagers have plenty of patience. You've got patience in spades. But when everything feels like it's falling apart, you can either choose to panic, or you can breathe, you can laugh, maybe cry a little, and then you can choose to move forward. Maybe you get stuck in traffic before a big event, or maybe you sit through an exam and the server crashes right in the middle of it. Patience will keep you steady when the universe tries to throw you off course, and spoiler alert, the universe is going to try. You'll learn, though, that the value of patience isn't just in the waiting. It's how you act while you're waiting. Lesson 2 is to be kind. Mr. Murphy is an equal opportunist. You never know what he's thrown in the path of that person who just cut you off in the parking lot, or the person who was rude to you at Starbucks. They may just be having a bad day, and you're going to have bad days too. You might lose your roommate might lose your favorite hoodie, or you might bomb that test that you've been studying for all semester. When that happens, on those days, the smallest act of kindness can change your story. Be the person who changes someone else's. Murphy's third law is to remember to embrace the humor. Because let's face it, Murphy's law is what keeps us humble, sometimes entertained. The key is to laugh. Laugh loudly and laugh often, especially when things go sideways. Life's plot twists make the best punchlines. And having a sense of humor when what you thought was a disaster happens can turn into some of the best stories later on after the panic wears off. And lastly, the law of chaos reminds us to be responsible. Life is going to give you plenty of opportunities to make excuses. My bus broke down, my alarm clock didn't go off, my computer crashed. Sometimes those excuses will even be true, but responsibility means finding solutions instead of explaining the problem. It means stepping up when it's your turn, and sometimes even when it's not. Because being responsible and being a leader means that you carry the weight and the responsibility of others. And one day, you're going to be the leader that others are counting on. So remember to always lead with your heart. The world doesn't need more people who are chasing the biggest paycheck or the loudest applause. The world doesn't need leaders who believe that success is being the best. It needs people whose character is led by kindness, compassion, and courage. It needs people who believe that lifting everyone up is true success. It needs people who make space for others, who offer second chances, and who build bridges instead of walls. Graduates, you're stepping into a world that will test you. It'll throw you curveballs. Mr. Murphy is going to lose your luggage. He's going to cancel your flights. He's going to call that runner safe at first, even though the International Space Station could see that that guy was clearly out. He is going to lock you out of your dorm room without your cell phone and your shoes, maybe even less. But you're ready to handle anything that Mr. Murphy can throw at you because you have all the tools you need. And most importantly, you have the heart and the spirit of a falcon. So when Mr. Murphy's law strikes, and it will, be the one who smiles, rolls up your sleeve, and says, "Challenge accepted." Because Falcons, you're stepping into a world that desperately needs you. It needs your goodness, your strength, your humor, and your heart. So go out into this messy, wonderful world. Be the calm when others panic. Be the kindness when others are harsh. Be the leader who lifts others up. Go do good. Go do better. And just in case, always remember to have a backup plan. We are so proud of you. We believe in you. Now go make this world kinder, better, and braver. Congratulations, class of 2025. At this time, it's my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Karen Engel.
Good evening, Falcons. To our parents, guests, we share your pride tonight. As a Clear Lake High School graduate myself, I know the rush of emotion that comes with those first notes of the processional. Congratulations, class of 2025. Tonight we celebrate your accomplishments. And seniors, you didn't get here alone. From kindergarten through 12th grade, your teachers, administrators, families, and friends walked this journey with you. And speaking of support, a big thank you to our city, county, and CCISD teams for ensuring road construction didn't disrupt tonight's celebration. Your time in Clear Creek ISD has been a production full of unforgettable scenes, some joyful, some challenging, like a great Broadway musical. Every act has shaped who you are. Earlier this year, I enjoyed the Clear Lake production of Legally Blonde, which reflected some key themes of your class: determination, confidence, and defying expectations. The lead character, Elle Woods, may be fictional, but her resilience mirrors the real journeys of the graduates we celebrate tonight. Let me tell you about one of your fellow graduates, a story that embodies how the class of 2025 soars beyond expectations. When he arrived in the U.S., he faced the immense challenge of learning a new language. It wasn't easy, but through determination, discipline, and belief in himself, he became fluent in just 18 months. He advanced from freshman to senior in only 2 years, excelling in rigorous AP courses. But his story doesn't end there. He turned his experience into an opportunity to serve, tutoring others facing language barriers, offering guidance, encouragement, and hope within our school community. His journey reflects the heart of Clear Lake High School, a place where every student can soar, no matter their starting point. Today, as we stand on the edge of new beginnings, we celebrate a class ready to take flight. Falcons are confidently heading all over the country to serve in the military, to attend colleges and universities including Yale, Harvard, the University of Texas, Texas A&M, Princeton, Stanford, Cornell, Duke, and more. It's proof of the depth, rigor, and excellence of a Clear Lake High School education. Beyond academics, your class is known for the determination and compassion to serve others. This could not be more evident than your distinction as a state and national school of character. One of your classmates founded the Pen Pals Club to support reading development in struggling elementary students, delivered TED Talks on neuroscience, and partnered with the University of Houston's hockey team to inspire youth engagement in the sport. These Falcons have discovered the power of self-belief and the importance of creating their own paths instead of merely following expectations. To quote a line from Legally Blonde, "You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself." You will have endless opportunities to apply the lessons you've learned here, so defy expectations, own your story, lean on your friends, and always count us among those friends. We'll be cheering you on as you chase your dreams. On behalf of the Clear Creek Independent School District and the Board of Trustees, congratulations, Clear Lake High School, class of 2025.
Good evening. My name is Brian Webb, and I have the privilege of serving you as the Associate Principal of Clear Lake High School. Tonight, I have the distinct honor of announcing this year's recipients of the George B. Carile Award. The George B. Carile Award is the only award to be officially announced at the Clear Lake High School commencement ceremony. This prestigious award is named after George B. Carlisle, the first principal of Clear Lake High School, an administrator largely responsible for establishing the high standards for character, leadership, athletic success, and academic achievement that have come to form the cornerstones of a Clear Lake education. These fundamental aspects of Clear Lake's scholastic culture still provide direction and guidance decades later. The George B. Carlisle Award is presented to the senior boy and senior girl who have best demonstrated this commitment to excellence during their high school careers. They represent the very best that Clear Lake has to offer, living reminders that dignity, duty, and determination are just as laudable, just as possible today as they were in 1972. If your name is called, please stand to be recognized and collect your medal at the podium after the ceremony. The Carlisle Award for the Most Outstanding Girl goes to Heather Korth. And the Carlisle Award for the Most Outstanding Boy goes to Oliver Lamson.
I have the great privilege of introducing our next two speakers. The Salutatorian of the Clear Lake High School class of 2025 is the son of Dr. Shangping Lee and Dr. Bo Sun. He will attend the University of California, Berkeley, where he will pursue majors in electrical engineering and computer sciences and will become a research scientist. He is a 4-year superintendent scholar, a National Merit finalist, president of the Mu Alpha Theta Math Club, and a varsity tennis player. He is also an American Invitational Mathematics Examination qualifier and a Business Professionals of America National Leadership Conference qualifier. This young man was also a presenting author at the 11th Annual Conference on Computational Science and Computational Intelligence. It is my honor to introduce the Salutatorian of the Clear Lake High School class of 2025, Mr. Gary Sun.
Good evening, Clear Lake High School, class of 2025. Tonight, we gather to celebrate our time together. 4 exciting, stressful, and unforgettable years. Before I begin, I want to thank the countless people who've helped us reach this point. Our families who've cheered us on, our teachers who inspired and challenged us, and our friends who've stood beside us through it all. Looking back, it seems like freshman year anxieties turned into senior year nostalgia faster than any of us imagined. One moment, we were walking the halls for the first time. The next, we're seniors debating whether or not to finish that last assignment. Along the way, we've all navigated challenges, discovered passions, and built lasting friendships. We've lived through transformative experiences like homecoming week, football games, and the advent of ChatGPT. Each one of us took a unique path throughout high school. Some excelled on athletic fields, others shined on stages, classrooms, or within clubs and competitions. Yet, regardless of our individual stories, we share one undeniable commonality. That is, we've all been part of a community that's shaped and supported us. Now, I may not know each one of you personally, but we've all had our moments, big or small, where someone else's presence made a difference. Maybe it was a quiet gesture, a conversation at just the right time, or simply knowing that we were understood by another person. These moments rarely get public recognition, but they shape our experiences in ways that matter. They remind us that being part of a community isn't about knowing everyone, it's about feeling connected, even in small ways. And in the years to come, that's what we're most likely to remember. As we imagine our reunions 10 or 20 years from now, the only thing that will truly matter is the people we've shared this journey with. Not any grades or awards we've earned, but memories of the laughter in the halls, the late-night conversations, or the shared injustice of losing Falcon lunch. This kind of mutual experience becomes a groundwork for connection in every new environment, serving as a reminder that community can start anywhere. So as we step forward from Clear Lake High School, I invite each of you to go forth and continue creating community. Whether you're heading off to college, beginning your career, or pursuing entirely new adventures, remember the strength you found in collective growth. Cherish the relationships you've built and seek out new ones. Regardless of where we go or who we become, the connections we forge will continue fueling our success. 4 years ago, we stepped into Clear Lake High School uncertain of what was ahead. Tonight, we leave with memories, friendships, and lessons that will last that we've gone our separate ways. Congratulations, Clear Lake High School, class of 2025. I can't wait to see how our stories unfold.
Our highest-ranking graduate for 2025 is the son of Ms. Nan Zhu and Dr. Liang Xin. He will attend Stanford University in the fall, where he will pursue majors in mathematics and public policy. To highlight a few of his notable accomplishments, he is a 4-year superintendent scholar, a national merit finalist, a varsity tennis player, a United States Physics Olympiad semifinalist, and a 4-time qualifier for the American Invitational Mathematics exam. Outside of school, he is passionate about the environment and public policy. He was selected as a Youth Climate Ambassador of Houston and worked with the Houston Mayor's Office to raise climate awareness for Houstonians. He also served as one of only 2 Texas delegates to the United States Senate Youth Program, where he was invited to represent Texas alongside Senators Ted Cruz and John Cornyn. In Washington, D.C., he was invited to speak to policymakers, and he also got to meet the Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan, First Lady Jill Biden, and President Joe Biden. It is indeed my honor to introduce the valedictorian of the Clear Lake High School class of 2025, Mr. Colin Shin.
Good evening, everyone. As I look into the crowd, I can't help but smile at all the familiar faces. I see so many friends, families, and teachers that have made these last 4 years unforgettable. However, there's also something undeniably bittersweet. Mixed in with those familiar faces are just as many that I don't know as well. That is one of my only regrets in high school, the fact that I did not get to know all 597 of you. This was a particularly big regret on the night my speech was due, when I could not think of any good ideas. I felt unfit to write a speech and speak on behalf of everyone, especially when I only know a portion of this class. With this in mind, I realized that I didn't have to write the speech. You all could. So the day my speech was due, I created a survey to collect words of wisdom from students, and I instructed seniors to share the link with their friends. I wish I could read every single survey response, but I only have enough time to read a few favorites from the survey, submitted by both friends and unfamiliar classmates. Some of us joked about school. Brooke Hornsby warned everyone, don't take statistics because you think it'll be easy. Annie Wen urged everyone, take statistics because it's easy. Himi Patel said, great things take time. Don't feel bad for turning that assignment in late. Others offered motivational life advice. Quillen Honeycutt put just try, and Ariana Herehon wrote everything counts. Amelia King reminded us you've gone through 100% of your toughest days. And most importantly, Ian Davis, a true visionary, urged everyone to play Brawl Stars and video games in class every single day. Even more seniors gave advice about human relationships. Isabel Klein wrote, "No more PDA in the English hallway, please." Isabella Swanson encouraged others to stop caring about what other people think about you. Joanna Seon believes that no kind gesture, no matter how small, is a waste. Abigail Carlisle advised us to be excellent to each other, while Sebastian Sanders wrote, "Don't read too much into things." And above all, and fittingly, the most common advice from seniors was about friendship. Bria again emphasized the importance of surrounding yourself with positive friends. Sam Hutt believes that putting yourself in situations with people you don't know is how you make the best type of friends. Anaya Patel reminded us, don't spend all your time on academics. Go have fun and go make new friends. Knox Wright recommended others to make friends with a friend who is funnier than you. Ariba Khan shared, the people you least expect will become your closest friends. And last but not least, Audrey Alcorn encouraged us to make memories with the people around you while you still can. First, I would like to thank everyone for saving me a lot of work by basically writing the entire speech for me. Seriously, I couldn't have written this speech without the help of everyone from the class of 2025. Whether you passed along the link to my survey, frantically asking for last-minute responses, or you submitted a valuable piece of advice that I included, thank you for making our speech better than anything I could have written on my own. On this survey, there were well over 200 responses within 24 hours, and not a single piece of advice was the same. While I didn't recognize every single name, every piece of advice was witty, thoughtful, quirky, heartfelt, or hilarious. This is a larger reflection of the Lake experience, where everyone has contributed uniquely to our class in inexplicable ways, whether you may know their name or not. And even if we did not know each other, we were all a part of something together, and that is what has made these last few years so memorable. Thank you to all the families, teachers, administrators, and staff who have made our school special. Thank you to all 597 of you for being a part of this speech and a part of the last 4 years. Congratulations, everyone.
Dr. Engel, could you please join me at the podium? Dr. Engel, I hereby certify that these students have successfully completed the course of study at Clear Lake as prescribed by the state of Texas. In addition, they've satisfied all of the graduation requirements as stipulated by the Board of Trustees of Clear Creek Independent School District.
Principal Raska, I accept your certification and hereby declare these students as graduates of Clear Lake High School and the Clear Creek Independent School District. Congratulations.
At this time, we're ready to begin the distribution of diplomas. Our first graduate for the class of 2025 is Colin Ishran Shen, Valedictorian, summa cum laude. Gary Jare Sun, Salutatorian, summa cum laude. Heather Lynn Korth, summa cum laude. Zachary Carter Madsen, summa cum laude. Margaret Catherine Lynn, summa cum laude. Knox Harrison Wright, magna cum laude. Amelie Thu Trong Nguyen, summa cum laude. Emily Dong, summa cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Moore, cum laude.
Lauren Hope Abuan. David Yakov Escarino. Hadassah Livia Escarino. Bethany Lucille Lewis. Okay. Gabriella Alexis Abbott, magna cum laude. Shahed Ayman Abdul Hadi, magna cum laude. Michael Alexander Abrego, summa cum laude. Brian Alexander Aceituno. Elena Samantha Africana, magna cum laude. Adriana Daniela Aguilera Cabrera. Max Emmanuel Aguirre. Audrey May Alcorn. Iman Amir Ali, cum laude. Jasmine Dre Allen. Jonathan Alvarez Jr. Andrea Alexis Almendarez. Noor El Ramathan. Yoseline Yasmin Alvarez. Anna Quo Apasantharax, cum laude. Maria Graciela Arguelles, summa cum laude. Mia Ann Arguelles. Edgar Ovidio Argueta Saravia. Raylan Renee Armstrong. Jonah David Arnold. Brianna Ann Arredondo. Eddie Artiega. Heyu Nicolas Artiega Zavala. Ember Michelle Bacon. Sydney Ruth Baston. Jade Jarrett Baldian. Cameron Daniel Lee Bali. Rain Morgan Banks, summa cum laude. Julian Michael Barclay. Jaden Jeremiah Barnes. Brian Jose Barrios Francois. Julia Bajos da Costa e Silva. Timothy James Bass. Grayson Charles Batt. Jason Miguel Bean, magna cum laude. Sebastian Braden Bell. Nathan Philip Benavides. Cameron Josiah Bennett. Deshaun DeLeon Benton. Jacob Pierce Biddy. Eloa Valenciara Viquero. Rachel Margaret Burge. Levi Christian Black. Ramel Isaiah Blandon Molino. Jacob Alexander Bonilla. Kingston Lawrence Book, cum laude. Anaya Jade Booker, magna cum laude. Jillian Grace Batico. Bella Sky Berg, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Bravo. Lily Michaela Brazil. Michaela Denise Brazy, magna cum laude. Jade Kara Bro. Harris Elliott Broadle, summa cum laude. Stephen Ray Brooks Kaye Jr. Jack Hayden Brownfield. Anaya LaShawn Bryant. William Michael Bucella. Alex Samuel Burstinghouse, magna cum laude. Chloe Elizabeth Rossi Burnett, magna cum laude.
John David Burns. Madeline Cabrera, cum laude. Russell Harrison Caldwell. Ty Lucas Colon, cum laude. JC Elizabeth Campo. Alberto Cardenas Jr. Caitlin Avery Cargill, cum laude. Abigail Christine Carlisle. Julia Louise Carlson, magna cum laude. Elias Carranza. Lainey Natalie Carranza. Olivia Carolina Casas, summa cum laude. Frank Isaac Castaneda Lozano. Araceli Castillo. Ariel Annalie Castillo Nambo, magna cum laude. Sarai Suri Cedillo. Jacob Alexander Chaffins. Colin Gregory Chance, summa cum laude. Nathan Cao Cho. Xiao Jie Chen, summa cum laude. Halel Sherry, summa cum laude. Santos Alberto Chicas Canas. Aria Chinampa, summa cum laude. Ariel Effie Choate. Emma Lee Christie, summa cum laude. Madeline Sage Seminary. London Ann Clark. Lyric Aiden Clark. Sophia Grace Clark, magna cum laude. Lauren Danielle Coco. Eric James Cohn. Melody May Combe, summa cum laude. William Frederick Colura, summa cum laude. Angel Contreras Javier Salgado. Mikel Jaquela Kopitka. Jesus Emiliano Cortez Vieira. Addison Michelle Cody. Seth Michael Coyne. Leila Federica Crawford, cum laude. Jack McGuire Cronin II, magna cum laude. Eileen Cruz. Dominique Michelle Cruz. Emerson Jane Curran, cum laude. Jocelyn Carolina Cuyuch. Ann Tam Dang. Bao Ni Dang, summa cum laude. Ava Renee Darnell. Sky Alexis Darnell. Andrew Charles Davis, summa cum laude. Ian Craig Davis, summa cum laude. Emily Grace de Cardenas, magna cum laude. Heidi Cristal de la Cruz. Ryan Marie Strachan de Guzman, cum laude. Luis Alexander Del Cid, Jr. Patrick Evan de Lesma. Eva Cecilia Diaz. Kiana Nebe Diaz. Fatima Montserrat Dib. Nico Dominic Denardis. Jose Alexe Dominguez, Jr. Susan Elizabeth Draper, summa cum laude. Luke Thomas Dunleavy, summa cum laude. Kalia Lachey Dunn. Eminagosa Esosa Ekaise, cum laude. Michelle Ellis.
Ariel Analia Castillo Nambo. Samuel Norris Ellis. Trevor Paul Engler, cum laude. Alejandro Daniel Irvison, magna cum laude. Liliana Renee Esparza. Rick Antonio Jaime Espinillo. Danilyn Espinoza. Esteban Estudillo. James Matthew Evans. Julian Jesus Falcon. Ishao Farouk, magna cum laude. Anaya Ethical Femin. Connor Scott Fender. Nicholas John Ferguson, summa cum laude. Joshua David Fernandez. Connor James Farrell. Robert Anthony Firstel, magna cum laude. Jalen Helen Marie Finley. Axel Jared Flores. Daisy Flores. Joe Flores. Joseph Flores. Lasagna Johansson Flores Gonzalez. Zaria Anik Ford. Abigail Grace Forster. Nathaniel Angel Foster Gonzalez. Colton Duggar Fox. Delilah Sahara Francis. Ava Grace French. Greya Ann Frescura. John Richard Fries Jr., magna cum laude. Dakota Lee Frock. Changhan Fu. John Grady Fugate. Seth Landon Fuller. Jordan Mackay Gaddis. Celia Long Gafka, summa cum laude. Sadie Kurlander Gafka, summa cum laude. Brian Joel Galeas. Eric Anthony Galindo. Bria Elise Gant. Anthony Garay. Braden Ray Garcia. Dante Pierre Garcia. Lorenzo Giovanni Garcia. Valentin Garcia Jr. Michael Josue Garcia Ramirez. Brian Michael Garland. Cameron Grace Garnett. Alexandria Natatita Garrett, magna cum laude. Aiden James Gatska. Dylan Joseph Gensler, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Ghetto. Aisha Ganzifer. Drace William Gerardi. Leo Jackson Gillies. Kirsten Ann Glenn, cum laude. Angel David Gomez Garcia.
Natalie Rose Guevara Gonzalez. Roman Alexander Gonzalez. Azul Gonzalez. David Rey Gonzalez. Dulce Maria Gonzalez. Mason Bradley Goodell. Jenna Grace Gauger, magna cum laude. Cole Preston Gowerly, magna cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Gowan, summa cum laude. Vivica Alexa Graham, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Gray, cum laude. Denasia Ariel Green. William Daniel Griffith, summa cum laude.
Michael Christopher Gempel, magna cum laude. David Alexis Guerra. Bailey Renee Guerra Howard. Josias Omar Gutierrez. Adrian Asaí Gutierrez Guevara. Nancy Akram Abasi, summa cum laude. Lauren Margaret Abbas Reitinger. Who? Kenzie Lisbeth Hall, summa cum laude. Elena May Hanlon. Colton Shane Hargett. Lacey Lane Harless, magna cum laude. Andrew Duncan Harris, summa cum laude. Marab Hashmi. Riley Elizabeth Hawkins, cum laude. Kel Michael Hayes. Christian Joshua Henderson. Andrea Victoria Hernandez, magna cum laude. Caden Noel Hernandez. Cody James Hernandez. Emma Mackenzie Hernandez. Evelyn Ari Hernandez. Guillermo Pablo Hernandez. Timothy Ryan Hernandez II. Ariana Lucia Erejón. Eliezer Otoniel Herrera. Mariel Olimpia Peña Herrera. Mónica Celeste Herrera Osorio. Luke David Harrington, cum laude. Andrew Michael Hibbets, cum laude. Michael James Hodson, cum laude. Kyler Brooke Holcomb, cum laude. Ian Bishop Holsey. Ray Zell Avanzini. Quinlan Raspberry Adelia Honeycutt, summa cum laude. Alicia Christina Horn. Sophia Elizabeth Horn. Brooke Lene Hornsby, cum laude. Zoe Zane Hostler. Carson Nolan Huff. Haley Ann Houston. Ava Nicole Hugh, summa cum laude. Samantha Lee Hutt, magna cum laude. Helindu Ilanga Mudalagi, magna cum laude. Raghav Indra Kumar, summa cum laude. Derek Kyle Ingram. Moises Alejandro Irieta Cruz. Wilson Alexander Ishkotayak Ush. Marilyn Marisol Ishkoy Torres. Adley Brielle Jacobs, summa cum laude. Addison Faith Jeffrey. Malachi Jeffrey. Reginald Dwayne Jenkins III. Evelyn Jimenez. Riley Page Job, summa cum laude. Zachary Andrew Joyner, summa cum laude. Daniel Pate Gregory Jones.
Celia Long Gafka. Sadie Kurlander Gafka. Nancy Akram Hebazi. Luke Anthony Jones. Natividad Alexa Jose, magna cum laude. Rio Cato, summa cum laude. Mohammed Fezan Salimuddin Kazi. Catherine Marie Kelly. Lance Nicholas Kenny. Joshua James Kenyon, summa cum laude. Jocelyn Gail Keiss, magna cum laude. Ariba Ali Khan, summa cum laude. Hayden Marquise Khan. Ethan Kevin Kiley. Brittany Marie Kievit. Taylor Joyce Kievit. Kira Younglee Kilgore, magna cum laude. Sophia Sky Kimba, magna cum laude. Amelia Marie King, summa cum laude. Isabella Ann Kirk. Elizabeth Ann Klein. Isabel Lona Klein, cum laude. Harrison Alexander Klink. Nolan Kent Klinger, cum laude. Caitlin Leanne Kober. Sky Ava Koch. Aiden Alexander Kokinis. Carolina Rivers Cormos. Monica Kramer Arzola, summa cum laude. Hanisa Krenchevich, magna cum laude. Seth Brian Posnick. Kaylee Maria Kroll. Miles Jude Bennett Kshatriya, summa cum laude. Melina Isha Kumar, summa cum laude. Shelby Hathaway LaCroix IV. Oliver Lawrence Lamson, summa cum laude. Damani Dominique Lane. Kindle Grace Lavanda. Matthew Marshall Lawrence. Khan Tuan Lee. Johnny Malin Braylon Lee. Natalie Grace Lehman Hewitt. Hayden Alexander Leonard, magna cum laude. Elijah Christopher Limon, magna cum laude. Anthony Lin, summa cum laude. Leanger Lin, summa cum laude. Kirsten Page Lippold, magna cum laude. Ariana Nicole Long. Peyton Mary Longmire. Brandon Argus Lopez. Nellie Lopez. Sebastian Shelby Lopez, summa cum laude. Sophia Miranda Lopez. Jose Luis Lopez Esteban. Ella Marie Lozano, cum laude. Joseph Faison Lucas. Arnez Lamont Luckett. Allison Crystal Luckup. Corey Allen Lund, magna cum laude. Rowan Harriet McLean, summa cum laude. Cody Douglas Madden. Jacqueline Maria Mankin, summa cum laude. Lauren Reese Manriquez. Jesse Avery Martin III. Darnay Alfonso Martinez, summa cum laude. Juliana Beatriz Martinez. Nestor Johan Martinez Rivera.
Kaylin Isabella Meju. Madeline Grace Mason. Marshall Gregory Mason, magna cum laude. Lillian Rain Masson Mooney. Muhammad Ali Mastori. Jaden Anthony Matthews. Bailey Faith Mayo, summa cum laude. Grace Alana Major. Angelo Marcelo Mazzilli, summa cum laude. Jace Alexander McCardle. Alan Clayton McDonald. Michael James McDonald. Rylan Elizabeth McKeegan. Vanessa Tumin McLeod, magna cum laude. Dominic D'Amico Michael McMillan. Joshua Matthew McNutt Jr. Carly Marie Mead. John Anthony Medico, cum laude. Juan Gabriel Madrano Jr. Daniel Melendez, cum laude. Karina Faye Mindek, summa cum laude. Anthony Sahid Mendez, magna cum laude. Manuel Jesse Mendez. Ben Gabriel Mendoza, summa cum laude. Alistair Andres Menzi, summa cum laude. Remington Madison Merrill. Haley Gale Milam. Errol Lewis Miller. Lowell Christopher Miller. Tyler Maurice Miller. Angelina Serhivna Mashinko. Hisham Abdamalik Mohammed Hamran. Ashley Alessandra Molina. Christopher Alexander Manharas. Kiana Muzarmi, summa cum laude. Alexander Xavier Morales, cum laude. Jesus Alfredo Morales. Miguel Moreno. Ellie Kate Morgan, magna cum laude. Carter Dean Morrow. Erica Moscoso Garces, cum laude. Savannah May Munoz. Dylan Burrow Mwangi. Grace Elizabeth Myers, magna cum laude. Thomas Michael Myers, magna cum laude. Avnish Gauda Nanjapa, summa cum laude. Nathan Philip Naranjo, summa cum laude. Michael George Nassif, summa cum laude. Ubaid Nashad. David Patrick Nava. Gustavo Angel Navarro. Cameron Allen Nelson, magna cum laude. Annie Baohan Huang Win, summa cum laude. Ashley Hong Win. Tay Win, cum laude. Tiana Win. Safika Jahan Needy. Brooke Elise Niekamp, magna cum laude. Ethan Michael Norman. Haley Marie Northam. Matthew Nunez, summa cum laude. Ariel Elenilson Ordonez. Catherine Tatiana Orellana Rodriguez.
Marisol Elise Orlina, summa cum laude. Stephanie Michelle Ortiz Pacheco. Christy Marie Osborne. Jordan Dennis Ospina. Ashlyn Resner Outlaw. Warren Howard Outlaw IV. Mason Vincent Palmer. Trinity Alicia Parker. Benjamin Michael Parrish, summa cum laude. Danica Grace Parrish. Anaya Ashish Patel, summa cum laude. Ariana Rakesh Patel, summa cum laude. Himani Shashikant Patel, cum laude. Jay Dipankumar Patel, summa cum laude. Carson James Patterson, cum laude. Michael Bavia. Isabella Palico. Jordan Panilla. Yoseline Nicole Parol Acosta. Audrey Marie Perez. Eric Perez Valencia. Dominic Hurstus Pertuit. Dominique Lee Peterson, cum laude. Vo Min Hugh Fan, summa cum laude. Rayshard Nicholas Phillips. Priya Pillai, summa cum laude. John Stephen Pipkin. Catherine Grace Pipkin. Sophia Ruth Poindexter. Zachary Irving Polanski, summa cum laude. Michael Caden Potter. Kenneth James Poulter. Ishad Imtiaz Prasla, summa cum laude. Caitlin Renee Price. Anthony Douglas Procopio. Ronit Punj, summa cum laude. Tanner Wayne Pyle, magna cum laude. Emma Yuxian Chiao, summa cum laude. Jacob Anthony Quigley. Cassandra Jasmine Quintero. Isabel Sofia Quintero Gomez. Aubrey Alia Ramirez. Juliana Carmeline Ramirez. Uziel Alberto Ramirez. Robert Wilson Ramirez Vieja. Jacqueline Yvette Ramos Garcia. Jonathan Fernando Ramos Ixchop. John Batiste Rayo III, magna cum laude. Amarale Rashidi Araghi. Faith Marie Lynn Ratliff. Clayton Brady Rebello. Kai Joseph Wren, summa cum laude. Landry K. Renfro. Josue Manuel Reyes. Paige Dawn Riley. Ricardo Armando Rivera. Gustavo Eduardo Rivera Valentin. Annabelle Grace Robinson, cum laude. Ashton Lorenz Robinson. Michael William Robles. Eli Azael Rodriguez. Genesis Rene Rodriguez. Ricardo Ernesto Rodriguez. Christopher Joel Rodriguez Jr. Liz Marie Rodriguez Colon.
Bella Burton Rogers, cum laude. Tanner Nolan Rollater. Natalie Roman. Jackson James Rorick, magna cum laude. Alicia Maxine Roth. John Luke Rowe. Micah Jacob Dean Roy. Angel Gabriel Ruiz Cruz. Darren Edward Rump, magna cum laude. Daisha Ray Russo. Adi Dinesh Sable, summa cum laude. Nisa Sauger. Jaime Eduardo Salazar Lopez, magna cum laude. Keelan Noble Samuel. Azariah Lori Sanchez. Devin Adrian Sanchez. Sebastian Antonio Sanders, summa cum laude. Hagen David Santerre, magna cum laude. I, Amelie Sato. Joanna Sayon. Elijah Turon Scott. Aiden Larae Scruggs. Leilani Michelle Sewell. Drumi Manankumar Shah, summa cum laude. Mikath Shadith. Noah Edward Shaw, magna cum laude. Cassidy Quincy Freedom Shears, cum laude. Dylan Larae Shelton. Nadyeshna Stepanovna Shlapina, magna cum laude. Rama Rami Sharafi. Lucas Gregory Schertz, summa cum laude. Courtney Faith Cifuentes. Sarah Kim Simmons, summa cum laude. Evan James Sims, magna cum laude. Layla Elizabeth Sims. Keegan Bryn Slayton, cum laude. Maya Emmeline Slavin, magna cum laude. Jasmine Malon Smith, summa cum laude. Layden Caleb Smith. Nathaniel Tommy Smith. Nevaeh Lachey Javon Vernell Smith. Ryan Alexander Smith, cum laude. Savannah Catherine Smith. Anthony Luke Smythe. Gabriel Joaquin Solano. Evan Matthew Sonora. Jason Lee Sosa. Zeta Raquel Sowells. Haley Addison Spear, magna cum laude. Vanson Michael Spesbria, magna cum laude. Abigail Yvette Scarlett Schofiker. Kate Sophia Stein, magna cum laude. Joseph Paul Senstrud. Destiny Angel Stevenson. Van McKinley Stevenson. Nathaniel Thomas Stoffel, summa cum laude. Carly Soila Strandberg. Tate Tomaray Strange, summa cum laude. Zach Sidata Strange, summa cum laude. Sophia Elin Stroh, summa cum laude. Isabella Brianna Swanson, cum laude. Gabriel Walter Tashini, magna cum laude. Cadence Angela Talamentes.
Collet Tamayo Olive, cum laude. Preston Clarence Tang, cum laude. Stephanie Noemi Tapia. Haley Bree Temple. Callan Joseph Terwilliger. Michael Parker Tebow, summa cum laude. Kayla Renee Jefferson Thomas, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Marie Michelle Thomason. Earl Arlen Thrasher IV. Jeffrey Charles Throm Jr., summa cum laude. Destiny Nicole Torres. Myra Torres, summa cum laude. Alfredo Michael Torres Jr. Koi Min An Tran. Mia Tu Quinn Tran. Tiana Tien An Tran, summa cum laude. Trinity Angeline Trejo. Gavin Ramon Dean Tucker. Zachary James Tuxhorn, magna cum laude. Dannon Elizabeth Vargas. Esteban Vasquez. Benjamin Manaya Hameora Vautier. Breland Dwayne Veazey, Jr. Mossam Dakota Verma. Savannah Elise Vidalis. Selah Grace Vidalis. Bailey Elizabeth Vincent. Shanara Sabrina Was, summa cum laude. Ria Wadwa, summa cum laude. Jonathan George Wadzik, cum laude. Chance Marcel Walker. Destiny Marie Walker. Zichen Wang, magna cum laude. Kelsey Denise Blaine Warden. Jalen Elizabeth Watson Bracamonte. Charles Edward Witherspoon, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Sandra Wessel, magna cum laude. Devin Angelo West. Haley Marie Westbeld, cum laude. Samantha Lee Westbeld, cum laude. Anna Carolina Vestella, summa cum laude. Aiden Deshauna Watley. Gabriella Elizabeth Wheeler. Jude William White. Jordan Ray Williams. Laurel Louise Williams, summa cum laude. Luke Tyler Williams. Olivia Marie Williams, summa cum laude. Brock James Wilson. Jonathan Michael Wilson. Savannah Reve Wilson, magna cum laude. Ian Anthony Wong, summa cum laude. Reese Elizabeth Woodcox, magna cum laude. Jackson Leonard Wilson. Sorry. Okay, Jonathan Michael Wilson. Savannah Reve Wilson, magna cum laude. Ian Anthony Wong, summa cum laude. Reese Elizabeth Woodcox, magna cum laude. Katie Ann Hope Woods, cum laude. Livia L. Woolery, summa cum laude. Takaya Yamagata. Sydney Kyra Zamore. Kaylin Elizabeth Zelna, cum laude. Arnold Hanje Zhang, summa cum laude. Timothy Yu Zhong, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Tong Zhou, summa cum laude.
Graduates, at this time I invite you to stand. Seniors, I commend you on earning your high school diploma. At this time, please move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left, signifying that you are now an alumni of Clear Lake High School. As a reminder, seniors and guests, after the school song, there will be no recessional. We will close our ceremony with our school song led by our class of 2025 choir seniors.
All hail to Clear Lake High School, we will ever be true. Through the coming years, we'll give our loyalty to you. Press onward, ever upward, victory is nigh. Home of the falcon spirit, ever soaring high. Home of the falcon spirit, pride of Clear Lake High.
Carile Award winners, please come to the podium.